Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Master of Orion. Since the last time I made a video of Master of Orion, there's been a patch, and I'm hoping that that patch has actually fixed the main issue we were having in the last couple of videos, which was attacking this ship here, as it kept having this bug where it just had this continuous loading screen that never went anywhere. And from what I saw of the patch notes, when I glanced over them, it did seem that they addressed something to do with that loading screen issue. So hopefully my issue is actually going to be fixed. In any case, I'm going to progress the turn so we can actually see if that is indeed the case. It's going to take a few turns for us to find that out, because I'm going to have to bring my fleet over here to get the Beetle upgraded. At least hopefully we can upgrade it. Let's see if that is indeed the case. Yeah, it looks like we can afford it, so might as well. And as much as I could upgrade a Wasp, I'm not going to, first off, because now I can't afford it, but also because I plan on very soon replacing all my old Wasps, and that production is probably not that far away. Alright, so now that we have the Beetle upgraded, and it should now have a lot of fusion bombs so that we can bomb the crap out of these Barathi planets. So let's go ahead and jump into this system. And hopefully we can take out that planet now and the fleet in orbit. In any case, let's take a look at what else is going on here. So we have a biosphere completed on one of our newer planets. It's got things queued up, so I'm not going to really worry about that. We also have a cloning center over here. And we have terraforming queued up, and that will be fine for that queue. What should we queue after the terraforming, though? Well, I could go a couple different routes, but I'm thinking Starbase probably is the next logical step. And we also have some growth on one of our planets, and considering that that population point is not working on production, we might as well move it over so that we can get these buildings completed. Alright, so that's more or less everything, and I believe this is the planet that has the destroyers queued up, so they'll be done in 3 turns. Next turn we'll get the antimatter fission, and I'll be upgrading all of my ships. There are still a lot that haven't been upgraded, and we want to get that upgrade out before the destroyers get completed. Unfortunately, this cruiser will not benefit from that upgrade. Maybe we should slow down production of that cruiser so that we can get it fully upgraded. Not sure. It might be a little too late for that. There we go. Alright, you know what? We'll put some of these guys into research. We don't need that much population growth. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get that production slowed down a little bit so that we can get the research before it gets completed. Alright, so, and I also queued up the battleship, but we do have to rename the battleship once we finish off its design, which we'll do as soon as this tech comes out. How is our civilian transports going? Okay, they're not far away from their destination. You know what? I'm thinking about sending this population point over to our Gaian planet over here, which is a little bit falling behind in population. Now, granted, we don't have really that much population of these planets, but we have 6 here, 3 here, and 3 here, and then 1 over here. So, you know what? Might as well bring that over. And we can have this other civil transport go to one of these other planets if we really want to. More or less, our colonies are progressing along and getting nice and big and getting to the point where we can really utilize them fully. And let's go ahead and end the turn.
I strive not to let my emotions hinder our progress. Sometimes it is no easy task.
Alright, so they're just asking me to pay them. Up yours. So I guess the Cylons are soon going to be a threat. as they are just trying to extort me for cash. Well, that's not going to happen, so F you, buddy.
That is regrettable.
All right, well, I'm pretty sure my fleet is more powerful than yours, but granted, the fleet that I have, nearby your space is a little out of date, to say the least. But we're not going to have production of that fleet too far away, honestly. Okay, let's get to it. We've got a lot of redesigning to do.
Just a minute of your time, President.
All right, for sure we're taking the antimatter drive. We don't need bombs. I definitely want higher travel speed. We can get across the Empire faster. Definitely. Okay, so I am going to upgrade all of the ships that normally we can't upgrade. So civil transport's going to get upgraded. Troop transport's going to get upgraded. Colony ship's going to get upgraded. And the scout's going to get upgraded. But all of the other ships I'm going to upgrade myself. Because when you have them auto-upgrade, it never really works in your favor. You can do that if you really don't want to micromanage things, but I'm all about micromanaging things. It's one of the reasons why, maybe my series is longer than it should be, but I just can't help it. In any case, let's go on to the next research that we should get into. Now, we did just do some tech that will upgrade ship things, so I'm not sure if I want another one of those right up off the bat. So what I should probably consider is, what do we need next? So this building is just a research building. The other building does absolutely nothing for us because spies don't work yet. Stuff we can do in the future, though. We've got a graviton beam, which is a new weapon. And we have yet missile weapons. So we could either do the beam weapon or missile weapons. And considering that we've gone missile weapon heavy, it's really tempting to stay missile weapons. We also have... This is already completed. No, wait, it's locked. I apologize. We need to complete this. So is it something we want? A battle station. So that's an upgrade to the starbase. And definitely is a good thing to have. Battleoids, I mean. So this is more ground combat stuff. Now, we don't have any armor barracks on any of our planets, and that could be an oversight. And fast missile racks. So that all sounds pretty darn good, especially the fast missile racks, which is going to make us be able to shoot missiles faster. And considering that we are very missile heavy, that's definitely good tech for us. This is about terraforming and food production. Then we have some more pollution processing. New armor. And what does this do? Oh, okay, so it just reduces the cost of producing things. Pretty much flat discount. Well, out of all of those, honestly, I kind of want to maybe get this one because of the ship production cost reduction. More or less everything else isn't that much of a priority, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, so let's go through everything we've got. So we have hydroponic farm being completed, which I think we were aware of, and we've got plenty queued here. We have some growth, so Alpha 4 has some growth, and it looks like it's doing fine. And then we have Geta Prime growing, and eventually we're going to want to send its population point elsewhere. For now, it's just creating cash for us. I think we let it go for a little while and address that later. But now it's time to redesign our ships, and let's start smallest. So we've got the Flea, which we may be able to actually afford to upgrade our fleet with. We don't have that much cash, but there's not that much of a difference what we're going to do here. So mostly just going to be a upgrade of the drive system here to the antimatter drive, which we can't do for unknown reasons. All right, so this is some kind of glitch here because it has no problem with me being over space now. Sometimes the early access element of this game can give you a headache for sure. So for some reason, this is over space, and it doesn't have any problem with that until I try and change something. So what would be an easy fix? Probably just reduce the mass driver amount and then switch the engine. There you go. It doesn't seem like the engines cost us any more, so this is an easy upgrade. Okay, well, there you go. We had to downgrade the ship a little bit. All right, so let's do the Wasp next. Now this in... Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, you know, that upgrade doesn't cost as much, so might as well. But what was I meant to do here is hit edit. Okay, so again, ion drive, there you go. Now this does cost a little bit more. Seriously? So is every ship over spaced? Yeah, it sure looks like it. So I'm gonna have to redesign pretty much every ship here. Okay, let's just reduce the point defense. I see even that's not gonna do it. So we have to reduce that. There we go. Or maybe we just tick off the armor. Now it's magically under... I didn't change anything. Alright, yeah, okay, so obviously the game remains glitchy as ever. As a matter of fact, I bet you we could probably go back into the flea and fix it easily. So let's just do that. Flea, edit. How much you want to bet? Yeah, just selecting that was enough. Oh, okay. How about that? There we go. All right. So it appears the missile systems is the issue. For sure. Matter of fact, it looks like we can actually fit more things on here now. All right. So we just wasted some money upgrading ships. It was only 2 credits, so I'm not too upset about that. But let's now fix the issue that we see, which is apparently all you have to do is come in here, do that, then that. Get done, and oh, magic! We suddenly get the space back. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Apparently the antimatter drive is actually less space in the cruiser. Considering that we have a bunch of leftover space, I figure we might as well upgrade some of our weapon systems here. There we go. Got some more firepower. And we can hit done. And finally we have the battleship, which, just to make sure here that, so maybe it's the modifiers that are the issue. Just, yeah, it looks like this one is processing things correctly. So we'll get the antimatter drive on there. And everything else should be correct. So let's rename it. And what we're going to name it is the Bumblebee. As it's... I like that name with the bombers. I think that works well. And, you know, it going up in size of insects as we continue building or designing ships. All right, so we more or less have updated the designs. Mostly it's just been updates to the engine. All right, so we can upgrade that and that. And I'm assuming that everything else is just too much money for us to upgrade. And this fleet can't upgrade because that ship, the military outpost has not yet been completed. I don't think it's that big of a deal if we don't upgrade just one ship. Oh wait, actually it should have been upgraded, right? Oh, okay, so it has things separated in different fleets, which is what my confusion was. I would like it if they would combine. And I'm just going to go ahead and have the one Hornet that's by itself start coming to the system as well. It's going to get there first, but that's okay. Now, this fleet, can I upgrade anything, or is it just too much money? Looks like I can upgrade the Fleas and the Beetle. What would be the higher priority here? Probably the Fleas, because we don't really necessarily have a target with the Beetle, but upgrading it to the Beetle is a big upgrade, honestly, because you go from 4 nukes to 11 fusion bombs, so big upgrade, but we'll just go with the Fleas for now. And that should get them up to date. Alright, so looks like we're good to go, so let's progress. Now I'm curious, just to make sure here. So Ptolemy 2. Yeah, it's doing the Bumblebee, so that's good. All right, we need to change the production here. So we put a lot of the production into food and other things. Let's get it back into where we want it, which is over here. And move some of this research over too. That's more or less efficient, so I'll keep with that. Okay, well, let's go down the list. So we have both the Wasps and the cruiser being built. So right now we're over command points, and the best way to deal with that is... Oh, and you know what? This guy's probably been sitting here for a while. So let's build another military outpost. We only have a couple more military outposts to go before we can have that meet up with the rest of the fleet. So we want to get rid of the old Wasps, the ones that are really out of date. So what is our current generation? Our current generation is 14, and these are old 10s. And our main fleet, which is actually on the move, is a 10 and a 12. So the 10s are the oldest. This fleet is being used at the moment, though, so we're going to kind of just stick with the old ones. Huh, you know what? They must have... Got some scouts coming in from the Cylons. We also have something else going on over here. Another scout. Just making sure that the Cylons are not encroaching on my space. As they've been kind of naughty lately, I, would want to punish them for that. So let's scrap the Wasps that we don't need anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and scrap both of them. I get a whole 56 credits back, and I get my command points back to a more manageable point. So we'll scrap. And the cruiser is going to go up top, for sure. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking that most of this fleet should probably go up top here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to split off 2 of the destroyers and send them down here. The other 2, or 3 actually, honestly, I'm going to send over here with this fleet, which should replace... dang it. We should replace the ships that we just decommissioned. All right. You know, one way we could get rid of some of these command points is actually having these civilian transports that are on their way get to a destination a little bit quicker. And this is going to take a long time to get to this system, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we got... Oh, okay. So, Sol Prime finished something. What did they finish? Let's just go through the list. So we've got Cloning Center. All right, so that's fine. There's terraforming eventually. The Wasps are done. Let's go check out Furious Prime, which doesn't have anything queued. We'll just have them do the subterranean farms, I guess. Where are they on pollution? 20%. That's not too bad. Do that. We'll actually cut back the production here. Put it more into research. I'm going to cut it back to the point where we don't have pollution anymore. Alright, so that's as good as it gets. And honestly, we don't need this much. Oh, actually, we do. We have to keep it at that food production, because any less than that, we'll have population decrease. Robo miners. Oh, alright. We might as well queue something up here. And I'm going to queue the... What does this do? Buyout time. Really don't care about that, because we haven't been using our cash for that. We've been using it to upgrade our fleet. Okay. And we have... Yeah, we already dealt with that. You know, space elevator. Okay. Pretty much everything else is going along fine. We'll just have robo miners queue up. Alright, so that should be production everywhere. Let's just check the population here. So, looks good. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take one off this production here and put it over in research. And we have Gammon 3 growing. And I think I'm going to do more or less the same thing over here. Actually, we'll put them in food production so we can get that population going a little bit quicker. And we have Ptolemy 2 growing. And we already moved that population around. Once that's done, we probably should queue up something else. Don't really have something in mind. You know what? We need to start getting these armor barracks out so we can have a little bit more effective ground troops. So, why not? And we need to choose something on Sol Prime. Okay, Sol Prime doesn't have any pollution. You know what? We might as well do armor barracks here, too. And there we go. So, more or less, I think we have the fleets going where they need to go. And we're coming in to attack. So, let's end the turn. And how is our relations with Yalkari, our ally, going? Continues to drop. And one of those things, I just don't know what to do here. Alright, because we finished a military outpost, we're actually over command points here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to send this population point over here. I don't want to have to spend a bunch of cash on command points. Wait, that should have done it, shouldn't it have? Do the... Yeah, civil transports take up a command point. What the heck? That should have done it. We didn't build anything else, just a military outpost. Do military outposts take up 2? No, wait, it was at 55. I don't know. This game just... Sometimes I just don't know. Well, I guess we're just going to be overdrawing in cash here for a while. I'm thinking about sending this guy over here. Do we have anything building that would give us more command points? Do we have, like, yeah, star bases are queued up. It's going to take a while to get there, though. So, do we do that? I think we say yes, we do. And, got a little bit of problems with striking, though. It's going to be a while before we can rush by that. Oh, okay, it fixed itself. Well, in any case, we still need to get those command points out, as we will have a battleship eventually. Although, I plan to decommission some of these destroyers down here, so that should free up some points as well. Alright, don't really have anything for this guy to do. Oh, yeah, of course we do. We can have him come over here. We can have him build a gas harvester. I might have more planets that we could do that with. I haven't really been paying attention to that. We have gas giants anywhere over here? Yeah, we got one right there. Oh, wait, that's not a gas giant. It's actually kind of hard to differentiate gas giants from the desert planets because they're very similar in color. But that's a gas giant there. Okay. So we've got the fleet moving. Be a couple turns before they're there. And then we'll attack with the full fleet and take out Lyra 3 here. Alright, so population points. Cressa Prime looks good. We've got this planet, which we already looked at. And Fierce Prime is now at max population. So we got to have the food production where it is. We're just going to be cranking out research like crazy, I guess, on this planet. For the meantime, until we come up with more production. That's why I think the tech that we're going for, at least I think I'm working on that one. Oh, you know what I should have worked on? Well, you know, we can do the one that gives us the better star base here. Probably next would be the next priority because it gives us more command points. Just trying to remind myself which one that is. Oh, that's that one. So we have to do 2 techs to get to there. All right, well, that's going to be the next priority so we can continue to build our fleet. Let's take a look at where we actually are in the scope of things. So, fleet-wise, which I believe is this, we're at top. Then the Sakra, which are the unknown, it's the only race left. Cylons are far, far below us. I don't know why they're posturing with us. We could easily... I mean, we've got double the fleet power that they do. More than double. And Excellence Victory, we're also, again, on the top here. We don't have the Galactic Council yet, and I think it's because we haven't found the Sakra yet. Maybe we should prioritize that. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.